30, and so it is time to begin our meeting, our first meeting of the year, January 4th of 2021. Thank goodness 2020 has ended. So to begin with, let's do a roll call vote. Jason Beebe.
Present.
Present. Janet Hutchison.
Here.
Patricia Youngman.
Here.
Gail Merritt.
Present.
And Jeff Papke.
Here.
Is Teresa Rumble here by any chance? And I'm going to ask for Ray Law. Ray, are you here?
Present.
Thank you. And I'm here as well, Steve Uffelman. So we will please join me with the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the
republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First on the agenda is the oaths of office, and Mr. Forrester is going to be doing these individually with each of the new council members and with the mayor. So, Mr. Forrester.
Thank you, Mayor Uffelman. I appreciate it very much and appreciate your service as mayor for the, second time, third time?
Fifth
time, excuse me. So, for a while. Okay, I'd like to ask Ray Law, newly elected council member, are you prepared, Ray, for the oath of office, sir?
I sure am.
Okay, so repeat after me.
And have him stand up.
And please stand up and raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Raymond E. Law,
Being first duly sworn, depose and say that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and will perform duties of council member
and will perform duties as council member
of the City of Prineville to the best of my ability, so help me God.
To the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations, Council Member Law. Okay, I'd like to now ask current Council Member Gail, who is also re-elected, to stand and raise her right hand, please.
Can't see you, Gail.
Oh.
Change your screen.
Gail, can you move your screen up or step back?
There we go.
There you go. Very good. Okay, Gail, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Gail Merritt,
Being first duly sworn, depose and say that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and will perform duties of council member for the City of Prineville,
and will perform duties of the council members of the City of Prineville
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations, Council Member Gail Merritt.
Thank you.
And finally, Mr. Uffelman. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
Repeat after me, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Stephen Uffelman,
Being first duly sworn, depose and say that I will uphold and defend
depose and say that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and will perform duties of council member
and will perform duties of council member
of the City of Prineville
of the City of Prineville
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And with that, I'd like to ask Mayor-elect Beebe to stand and raise your right hand, sir. And I think we have a good view of Mayor Beebe. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jason Beebe,
Being first duly sworn,
being first duly sworn,
depose and say that I will uphold and defend
depose and say that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and the Charter of the City of Prineville,
and will perform duties of mayor
and will perform duties of mayor
of the City of Prineville
of the City of Prineville
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations, Mayor Beebe.
Congratulations. You have the chair.
Thank you, Mayor.
Congratulations.
I will go into the other room and, I'll look over
Do you
there.
want those?
Yeah.
You should be all set, Steve. You might want to close the door so we don't get the echo.
I'll do that.
Steve, get ready.
Yep. Mr. Offelman, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So I think we go to additions to the agenda.
Are there any additions to the agenda?
Thank you, Mayor Beebe. We do have a couple of changes here. On item number 4, resolutions, the resolution number should read 1469 and not 1468. Again, the resolution for tonight is number 1469. And also, Chief Dale was misquoted on a KTVZ report regarding our IGA with Deschutes County being signed. That is not the case. That is what Resolution 1469 is about tonight, and there is nothing for him to sign at this point. Unfortunately, our friends in the media mixed that up and reported incorrectly, and I wanted to make sure that council and staff was aware that that had happened. In the case they had seen that report. I also would like to thank Councilperson Hutchinson for bringing that to our attention. She did see that report, and we will get that corrected. And that concludes my additions and changes.
All right. Move on, no consent agenda. Visitors, appearances, and requests. James, did we have anybody?
There
James
were
on? No, okay. No council business. Staff reports and requests. Shop with a Cop update. Sergeant Peterson.
Thank you for having me. Shop with a Cop 2020 was a great success. But first, we thought the Cop in 2020 happened because of COVID. But we did figure a way out to do the program and keep the safe program going. Yes, sir.
James, you're breaking up a little bit. Could you
Yes, sir.
move closer to your microphone? Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Better, thank you.
Okay. So, but to keep it safe, we set up a computer station at the police department so the officers, deputies, and the kids could hop online. Everything from shoes to pots and pans, and a lot of the kids even bought stuff for their pets. But most importantly, the officers and the deputies were able to have the critical one-on-one time with the kids and really get to know the officers behind the badge. Yes, the order arrived at the PD. We wrapped them all for delivery to the homes, and by December 10th, all the gifts were received, wrapped, and delivered to the families, so they could all have a good Christmas. And we were able to, with this program, help 9 families have a better holiday. So, just everybody understands, these programs have about community support, and all these programs like Shop the Cop and Random Acts of Kindness get continued support from this community that's just overwhelming. So we received so much support this year that it took care of all of the year, and enough to do for 2 more years without any additional funding. But we hope that the community support continues and the program will keep going on for years to come.
Thank you, Sergeant Peterson. Chief, did you have anything to add to that?
Well, obviously, my biggest concern was, did the council hear most of that? Because it was really broken up with me.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we heard bits and pieces, Chief. So I think one of the things is we missed the funding side of things, that we have had a benefactor there that helped us out a bunch. Could you explain that?
Yeah, hopefully my connection is better than James's. I think it's probably just his connection that's the issue. The long and the short of it was a very successful year. Every year it has picked up pace, and we've received more donors. And quite frankly, we had so many donations this year that it paid for all of our kids' gifts. And quite frankly, we could not receive another donation and be able to continue this program for another 2 years and take care of kiddos. I want to give a lot of thanks to James Peterson and other members of his team for Shop with the Cop, because when they had to tackle the COVID issue, they did it seamlessly. The kids were able to come in, still meet with the officers, get online, ordered the gifts. We had them delivered to the station where officers and other help wrap those gifts, and then we're able to deliver them to the families, which was something they had to do pretty quickly to get it done in a rapid amount of time. But James really wanted to put out there that our community during this very tough time of 2020 donated more this year than they had in years past, both businesses and individuals. And it's just a testament to the support the police department gets and the heart that this city has when it comes to, helping those kids that don't get an opportunity to get gifts, and even more importantly, learn the importance of giving gifts to their mother and father and the other kids that they live with. So it was just a very successful program.
Well, thank you for the update. Any of the council members have any discussion or feedback?
Mr. Mayor, just a comment. We can't thank James and your crew and Chief Cummins under your leadership, what you guys do with this program and so many others. Just another great example. And thanks so much, even in these trying times, not saying we can't, but figuring out how can we. If this isn't the year we needed something like this, I don't know what is. And just really appreciate you guys digging deep and figuring out a way to make it happen. And just thank you.
And thank you, and
Thank you,
sorry
gentlemen.
about my connection.
Lori Hooper? Yes.
Yep, should just ask her to.
Okay, we'll move on to staff reports and request number 3, utility assistance contribution. Lori Hooper.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Lori Hooper, Accounting Manager for the record. At the last council meeting, I gave an update on how the utility shutoffs for non-payment have been going over the last few months and what the city's done to try and help their customers who are struggling during this unprecedented time. St. Vincent de Paul has played an integral role in helping our customers restore water service. At the last meeting, I asked council to consider using some of their donation funds to help support St. Vincent de Paul's emergency relief program. Included in your packet is a staff report, and I hope you all had time to read it. I would be happy to try and answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, so Mr. Mayor, I think this is what Lori is recommending is this amount right here. And I think you could say, you know, if, for those who read this, that you'd entertain a motion.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question for Lori.
Yes, sir.
So Lori, you're recommending 5,000, I guess, is that enough? How far would that go? We don't want to give away the entire farm, but I guess I'm looking for some guidance because that was the one thing I couldn't find as I read it is that enough, or what, if you really could use an amount of money, how much do you need? Or how much, I should say, how much do our citizens need?
So in the staff report, a donation of between $4,000 to $5,000 would help customers that are in the most dire financial need over the next 2 months with their utilities. St. Vincent de Paul spent closer to $4,000 in September alone, but that's because most of the bills at that point were several months worth because we had not done any water shutoffs. So a $4,000 to $5,000 donation would last at least 2 months for our utility customers.
And Councilor Papke, I'd just add to Lori's report there that certainly we're holding those funds back. You could see that the balance would still be significant in that category. And certainly we would have the option to reestablish another donation to St. Vincent in 2 months from now, for example. I think it would be wise for us to monitor and see how things are going and hold some funding back, because I suspect as we go forward, we may need to make additional contributions, or at least contemplate making some additional contributions. So keep that in mind, if you would, please, sir.
All right. So the recommendation from staff is staff would like the council to consider using their donation funds to support SVDP's emergency relief program to help customers who are experiencing financial hardships due to COVID-19 pandemic. The ask is of $4,000 to $5,000. Does anybody on the council want to make a motion?
I would like to intervene or interrupt that for a moment, and to add to that, whoever makes the motion that we bring this back before the council at the end of this current quarter. So we make a donation now, and we reconsider it at the end of this fiscal quarter.
Just to clarify, I can also, after the end of this quarter, I can give a report on how much dollars have been used for our customers at that point.
Thank you.
Entertain a motion.
This is Councilor Hutchison. I'd like to move to approve $5,000 from the council funds to St. Vincent de Paul to assist customers who are experiencing financial hardship due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, thank you. We have a motion for the $5,000. Do we have a second?
This is Councilor Youngman, and I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve $5,000. Do we have any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Councilor Hutchinson?
Aye.
Councilor Youngman?
Aye.
Councilor Law?
Aye.
Councilor Merritt?
Aye.
Councilor Papke?
Aye.
Councilor Uppelman?
Aye.
And the mayor, I vote aye in favor. So 7-0 passes unanimously. A $5,000 donation or
Thank you.
5K to St. Vincent. Very good.
all right, we'll move on to committee reports. Are there any committee reports?
I think we can go ahead and schedule those for next.
Yeah, we'll do, okay. No ordinances. Resolutions. We have resolution number 1469, authorizing Prineville Police Department to enter into an IGA with Deschutes County 911. James Wilson.
Good evening, Council. Before you this evening is Resolution 1469, authorizing Prineville PD to enter into IGA with Deschutes 911 Service District for the purpose of interoperable communications. As our police department and sheriff's office have upgraded their communications equipment over the years, we are now able to technically allow for frequency sharing with our joint agencies to the west. This will allow our officers to switch over to Deschutes County channels when operating near county lines or during times of mutual aid. This is a capability that our first responders have not had with the Deschutes agencies since the early 1990s when Deschutes County switched to an 800 megahertz trunk system. The two systems just wouldn't talk to each other. Now that Crook County is upgrading its systems and about to come on to its next gen radio system, all of our subscriber equipment supports dual band, which means that we can restore this connection with Deschutes County, and this IGA allows us to do so. There are no direct costs to the city under this agreement. If you have any additional technical questions about the agreement, I'd be happy to answer them, or if you'd like any more information about the functionality to the officers in the field that this agreement will allow, I would defer those to Chief Cummins.
Is there any questions from council?
I do have a question. This is Steve Uffelman. My question is, I'm assuming that this does not automatically permit Deschutes County from participating in the in our equipment, that we are still taking care of our equipment within our own system, our own department, because Deschutes County unfortunately has had some issues in the past, and I don't have the greatest trust in the world for their handling of some of it.
That is correct. The equipment, they specify what equipment is compatible with their system. The equipment that we have purchased is currently compatible, so we have a common playing field there. But the agreement does not allow them to dictate what equipment we use. If anything, it would just they would say that it's no longer compatible, and then we would no longer be able to connect to the system through the agreement.
Thank you.
Is there any further questions from council?
This is Councillor Hutchison. I'm just happy that we have the capability of being able to do this now. It seems like it's a shame we haven't been able to do it before this, but thank God we've got the new ability to do it with the radio service system.
All right. Is there any other comments or? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve resolution number 1469?
This is Steve Uffelman. I move we approve resolution number 1469, authorizing Prineville Police Department to enter into an IGA with Deschutes County 911.
Do we have a second?
This is Councillor Merritt, and I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 1469, a resolution authorizing the Prineville Police Department to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Deschutes County 911 Service District. I'll do a roll call vote. Councillor Hutchinson?
Aye.
Councillor Youngman?
Aye.
Councillor Law?
Aye.
Councillor Merritt?
Aye.
Councillor Papke?
Aye.
Councillor Uffelman?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. All right, before we move on to visitors' appearance and requests, prior to a motion to adjourn, a quick reminder to council that we will be meeting in an executive session 5 minutes after adjournment. You will need to hang up and redial into the meeting using the information provided by Mr. Wilson earlier today. The executive session will be for the purposes of consulting with legal counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to current litigation or litigation likely to be filed, and is called pursuant to ORS 192.6602H. The council will not be coming back into regular session. With that, I'm open to a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Counselor Packey.
Counselor Hutchison will second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can we do an all? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Passes unanimously. We're adjourned. See you guys in 5 minutes.